Hey Bruce, Paul Dos Santos, NHL.com. Just overall thoughts on Lucas Cormier and Tobias Bjornfot's game today.
Tobias, I thought, made some real good small area plays, smart with the puck, put out fires with a good first pass, so to speak. Angled well, so he defends with his brain and his stick. Uses his body position well, but he's not going to overpower guys, but I thought he was in the right spots to do that. Liked his game a lot. Cormier good in transition. We only had one power play, so he obviously makes a nice play to Jack by getting middle ice. It seems like a little thing, but he does force their kill to shift. Makes a good play. Gets his first NHL points, so good for him. But overall, I thought he played the game in front of him. He didn't chase it. He didn't get caught out of position. He's inside the dots. Things that younger guys, sometimes things can happen fast out there. So I thought he processed the game well in that regard. And obviously so did Tobias, but he's played more games. So, he has that advantage. So I like both their games, and it helped our breakout, get out of trouble and first pass, get out of our zone. And I think that correlates to, some of our offensive play. Now you're forechecking, or at least you're attacking. And the more you do that, the better chance you have to score. So I think some of those things are, help build that part of your game. They did that well.
Go to Chris Chapman.
Hey Bruce, Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas. They can be a frustrating team to play, frustrating to watch, but what did you guys do right in the second half of that game to end up with 5 goals?
I thought we were consistent most of the night, to be honest with you. I think they're a team that when they get behind, they have to open up a little bit and press. When teams play, closer to the vest and tighter checking, that's usually what happens. They've got to take a few chances. So, we were able to capitalize with. I looked at the first 3 goals, and they were all a mindset that we had going into the game that we practiced yesterday about putting pucks behind and playing below the goal line, right? Forecheck situations. The first goal, they rim out, they're not there. I think it was Marty that kept it alive, I'm not sure. But anyway, we end up, getting a goal out of it. Who was the second one? Would have been Nick Wa's cycle, the third one, again, a forecheck situation. Stevie, to Pav, Dorofea. That started with a puck below the goal line again. So every one of our goals, we're forcing them to break out and execute well, and we got pucks back. So what you do when you get pucks back is, your skill takes over, or it's either low to high to the net or you attack. Different things happen for that. So that's what I thought we did well. We stuck with our game plan there. Their transition goal opportunities, one was a block shot, right, that came back at us in the first period. So really those are things that happen in the game. I think the other one we fanned on a puck up top, and they were able to get a break on it. They hit the post, so we dodged a bullet there, but for the most part we stayed out of trouble managing pucks well. So I think that's what we did. And listen, they're a little undermanned in the back end. They're using some younger guys, so force them to make plays. And tonight I think it worked to our advantage.
Chris.
Hey Coach, Chris Golick, Vegas Hockey Now. This was Petrangelo's just second game this season, having less than 20 minutes of ice time. And generally this game, the defenseman's minutes were all kind of evenly spread out. Was that a conscious effort coming into the game, something you guys wanted to do to manage the minutes a little bit, or is that just kind of how the game played out?
Probably more the latter, because we certainly want to get his minutes to all 3 pairs balance as well as we can, but Petro plays in both special teams, so he's always going to be ahead of the curve. Tonight we used Cormier in the first power play, so there's some minutes. Maybe we only had 1, but that would have taken some away, and we only killed 2 penalties, so that helps balance it. I think normally we look at 5-on-5 minutes after, they're usually fairly close. Petro's numbers go up because of the special teams. And then if the game gets tight, he's on at the end, etc. So I would say it was more the latter. We do want to manage him better, but he's going to play, probably going to play more than anybody 90% of the time. That's what he does. And tonight we're able to, because you get a 3-goal lead, you're able to sort of not have to press in certain situations, and as I said, special teams.
Justin.
Hi Bruce, Jesse Granger with The Athletic. You mentioned the importance of the forecheck, and Nick Waugh said that was kind of an emphasis at practice yesterday, and he thought that it translated well here. I guess where did you see the emphasis yesterday translating into the forecheck tonight?
Not duplicate, well, first of all, allowing yourself to forecheck by putting pucks deep, not making unnecessary plays at the blue line. We still had some rush chances where you can make some plays, otherwise it was behind. I think our D were simplifying too. If they got the red and they didn't see a play, it was going behind, so they helped that. And then I think not duplicating, we kind of went over a little bit about if everyone gets over somebody and does their job, we all do it well, they probably get a puck back. Not every time, no forecheck's ever going to get it 100%, but if you can create some anxiety, get some back, start playing with it. We did that well, just doing our jobs, working over people, not guessing on the forecheck that the D might make a play here and then, you know, trying to get an easy puck back, just doing it the hard way by getting over people. And I thought it worked out well for us, and that was what definitely was the emphasis. That also allows us to be in better postures when they do break out. If you're over people, you're not giving up numbers coming back, and that's what happened against Florida the second half of the game.
Oh,
Hi, Bruce. Can you provide an update on Zach Whitecloud and William Carrier?
William Carrier, upper body, looks like he's gonna miss some time. Probably have a better answer for you Monday when we get all through the medical. Zach had an injury from the Florida game, and so we decided with Tobias here we'd use him. So Zach was unable to go tonight. His is not long term by any means, and then Carly's going to be week to week as well, so we'll lose him for a bit. But other than that, is there anybody else while you're asking about injuries? That's it. Hilly's back practicing. It's very close. I suspect he'll play a game this week. Miramanoff, red jersey, so he's now cleared to skate with the group, but he's non-contact. Korzak skating on his own. Let's keep going, man. We're hot. Hutton still a bit, not skating. He might be skating, but on his own as well.
we'll go to Matt and Chris for the last two.
Matt Rafter, you talked that talk. LT's save in the second on that breakaway. Is it something as simple as a play like that to kind of help get the team going, especially on offense? It seemed like the intensity really picked up.
Absolutely, those are timely saves, and you don't know when they're going to come. I think there was one in the first as well after they scored. He made a good save. It's when the goals come in bunches. Sometimes your team sometimes it takes a while to pick up. But when you get that big one, when you're playing pretty well for the most part, you like your game, and then you get a big save, I think it gives you a lot of juice. Sometimes when you're not playing well, you know, you're just almost avoiding the inevitable. Tonight I thought our guys were in a good place, thought they were doing some good things, and to get that save, you know, it matters. It matters big time. It's gone against us in the past, and we've gotten them, and those can be, sometimes you look after and say, oh, it's 5-2, but it did matter at the time. Like I said, I can't emphasize enough. Timely goals, timely saves can really change momentum swings of the game and do wonders for your team, and that was a great save.
Chris.
Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas. Bruce, I don't know how many organizations in this league can withstand having to go 10, 11 deep on the blue line like you guys have, but what does it say about the job that they're doing in Henderson to have these young kids just ready to come up and be contributing factors here?
Yeah, you know, I've said it all along. Last year I think there's and I might have had it too before I got here, misconception about sometimes the development because players all came from elsewhere, but you know, it takes a while to build a bit of that through the draft and free agency to get those guys up and running. You're looking at Paul Cotter last year, Nick Wad, Haig, Whitecloud, they all went through that, Logan Thompson. Now you're talking about this year Dorofayev, who was here Bitsa last year, that's now contributing. He's playing on the second line right now, so it's an important piece. Korzak comes up, was playing really well when Theo went out. Unfortunately got hurt, so now it's Cormier that maybe will get some minutes. So it's a credit to everyone in the organization, player development guys that work with them before they get here. The Henderson guys, I know Huey works with the D. Wardy did a lot with, and Manny, and then Wardy did a lot with the forwards. So I think it takes a village to coach the whole organization. They've done a good job, and that's their job down there. It can be tough some days, right? Because it's over and over with young guys, and you can't get too caught up all the time in the American League with wins and losses. A lot of that's predicated sometimes that you have older guys. So trying to get these young guys up to speed is a real important piece for the organization. I've been there. I've spent a lot of time in Providence, and I know the drill, and I'm grateful and appreciative of the job they do because it makes our job easier when they come up. And yes, we got to teach them, reinforce our details, but if they don't have some of those already baked in, then they have no chance up here. and that's the tough part with the 20, 21-year-old kids. And like I said, doing a real good job for us, and it's a bit of the circle of life. Keeps your team running over time, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Thank you, Bruce.